Hello, this video is going to go over the two basic ways to use events with the Spine Unity runtimes. So the first thing I'm going to do is establish that my character actually has events. So I'm going to click on the thing and play an animation, and you can see here there's two little event flags at the top of the timeline, so we know that that's happening. And this, I can tell you, is the footstep event. So I'm going to show you guys how to add some audio to your character that's in sync with the animation. So the first thing I'm going to do is spawn the character, add an audio source, and link a footstep sound effect to that audio source. Make sure it's not play on awake. Pretty good there. And I guess I'm also going to set it to do the run animation so we don't have to do that later. Fill it the loop. And now I've got a blank script called skeleton events that I'm going to drag on and open that up in Visual Studio. So the first thing I need to do is get a reference to the skeleton animation by doing a git component, skeleton animation. And then I want to subscribe to the event, the event actually. So I'm going to do anim.state to get the animation state instance of the skeleton animation, and then subscribe to the event. And if you're using Visual Studio, it should autocomplete pretty well. But the event, let's rename that, call it on event, takes a spine animation state, track index, and then the actual event reference as parameters. So we can get a little bit of information about this. I happen to know that the name of the event is actually called footstep. That entirely depends on what you set in your spine file. So by double checking to make sure we've got the right thing, I'm going to do e for event dot data dot name, and that'll give us the name. So we check to see if that equals footstep, which is the event we expect. Then I want to get component audio source dot play one shot, and then we can. Oh, right, we can't do this in Unity anymore, can we? Well, let's just do this. Stop it and play it again. Not ideal, but it works. And now, we don't even need the update function because this is event-driven. When we go back into Unity and hit the play button, we should hear some footsteps on every single footstep. And there we go. Okay, so next up, I want to show how to do this with the Skeleton Animator version, which is based on Mechanim as opposed to the skeleton animation state. So to get started, I'm going to right-click on my spine file again and choose Spawn Instantiate Mechanim, and you can see it automatically generated a controller here with all of the animations, and it also spawned our character in there. So the first thing I need to do is go into the controller and add the run animation to that given controller. And I think, yeah, I also need to go in and I need to set loop time for this animation to make sure we get a looping event. So there is no on-event callback in Mechanim. So the easiest way to get started with this is to simply write a function that listens for the message the same way you would normally do it with a regular Mechanim event. So I have a blank script called Mechanim events, and I'm going to create a function called footstep and do the same thing. Get component stop, get component play. And oh yeah, add an audio source. Relink the footstep, uncheck play on awake, and hit the play button. We should be good. Anyway, there you go. Just for the record, this video does not cover the baking feature of Spine Unity at all. Please see a different video for that. See ya.